Well, welcome back to the workshop, folks. I hope everyone's been well and had a great Christmas, New Year. I don't know when this video is going out, probably February, so nevertheless, it might come out sooner. I have no idea what to do or what to start off the new year with. I am doing 2 new projects at the moment, so I don't really know, kind of like at this point in time, which one I'm going to be putting out. So I'm going to start with this one. It's kind of a wiggly, jiggly kind of project. I don't know how to do it, but I've got an idea. Well, I want some really cool waves and stuff going on. Maybe a few different colours of resin, some different bits of wood. But at this moment, I just don't know. So bear with me. Right, my little cheeky wood shed. Got so much wood, I've just redone this because the shed I had in here before was just literally falling down. So I took it all out, took all the wood out with help from my brother and his wife. Kindly emptied the whole of this old shed out, and then basically we put a new shed up. Pretty good, put a little light in it and everything, and then got some racking and sort of just give myself a little bit more organisation because I just didn't really know where everything was. It's still pretty stacked, but I can see pretty much now what I've got, what sort of wood I've got. I've been collecting it for a long time. There's loads of scrap wood down there. So, right, so I don't know what I'm looking for really. I think I'm looking for probably one of these, I think, something like this. Not too sure, but I think we'll start off with something like a round bowl blank to give us a little bit of a... Have I got anything? Oh, this is quite nice actually, isn't it? Could start with that actually. That's quite nice, isn't it? What I want to try and do with this, folks, is I want to try and add in some layers of resin, but I also want to try and wave this, but also wave the resin, and then maybe add in a bit more wood or maybe a different kind of resin and wave that as well. Don't really know how to do that, but that's what it's all about. There's our starting bit. It's a bit miserable out there. Ooh, cold and miserable. So let's get a little mould built around that, because I think this is quite big actually. Not sure if we want it that chunky. I suppose we could do actually. No, we'll keep it this big. I changed my mind like the wind. Right, so I've added in a bit of a curve there. It's not quite where I wanted it, so I'm going to just have a little play around with the sander on this and try to make it what I wanted. Right, okay folks, so there we go. Just clean that up a little bit now so you can sort of, the lines are a bit more defined. So that's quite cool. Never done a piece like this, so it gives it a bit of character, I think, doesn't it? So this is a piece of, I think it's walnut actually. Looks quite nice. This will clean up lovely. So there you go, sort of kind of dips down and up and down there. Got quite a nice big bump there, which is quite cool. And then sort of whips around. There's a bit more. You can't really see, but it is. There you go, that is. It is a bit wiggly and jiggly. Trust me. All right. So here we go, folks. I've made my mould. Now we all know that my moulds are rubbish. They always leak. But I put loads and loads of glue around this, and I'm really hoping it doesn't. So it looks like something out of Close Encounters. Right, folks, let's go and knock up some resin. Okay folks, so it's in. Our first pour is done. I'm going to leave this in this room because I'm going to put the radiator on in here because it's quite cold out here in the UK. So I've got this little room and it's kind of small, so I'll put a little radiator down there and that will keep it nice and snug. And that's it folks, we'll leave that in there for a day or two and then we'll come back and see if we can make some more waves.
2,000 years later.
There we go folks, there's our first pour with the white resin. That's set really nicely actually, and it looks pretty white. So what we need to do now is do a similar process. I'm going to have to undo this and then try and get a squiggly line into that somehow. Okay, so I've had another idea here actually. Now I've taken this off. Probably should have left that on there, but it's okay. But obviously this offcut that we took from the original piece, maybe I could try and embed that back in upside down on top of some more resin. So maybe we put a piece of resin in here, and then we put this on top of that. But then I'm not sure if that's going to stay level, is it? It's going to float around. I think that would look quite cool actually. Okay, so I put back what we just cut off before I thought about what I was actually going to do. Absolute donut. So yeah, not the best, but I've had to cut all that off and think. Then I had a thought and think, nah, that's not going to work. So I've glued another piece back on there. And I've glued the bottom bit back on again. Hopefully it won't leak now because it was solid before, absolutely solid. So there we go. So yeah, so my plan now is to put some resin in here, different colour resin, and then we're going to try to place this inside. But I think that it should stay in place. I mean, if it doesn't, it's kind of just going to be a bit more winky wonky. But that's what we want. Know what I'm saying?
My name is Jeff.
So there it is, folks. So I've no idea what this is going to look like, but we're about to find out. So we did have a little bit of a leak, as you can see, but the bag, this is why I put a bag on here, because it saves the day. That just saved my 400 quid or 500 quid pressure pot, because that would have been pretty broken had it leaked in there. Oh. So yeah, it did have a bit of a leakage, but that was because I messed up and cut it all off and had to start again, and you know, the usual Zammeti problems. So I'm going to take this off as much as I can. I don't think I'm going to get this right off there, because this stuff, although it's great for moulding, it really does stick. I mean, it's difficult to get back off again. So I'm going to probably put it on the lathe like this, and I'll just turn it like that. Know what I'm saying? Right, so she's screwed on. Put the old plate on it. Oh, sorry for the flashing images. These lights, I've got LED lights in here, and never really works great. So I didn't measure this out or anything, so I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna just fit on there and it's not gonna wobble around too much. But I think that looks pretty much in the middle. What do you reckon? I mean, it's a gamble, but right, let's see if my gamble pays off. Right, what do you reckon? It does look a bit wobbly actually. Let's try. That's not too bad. I'm happy with that. Right, let's get turning. So I started turning it, and it's turning off the, you know, the mould stuff that we put on there. And there's the wood that started to reveal itself already. I'm kind of intrigued to see what the reveal, you know, what it's going to look like underneath there. Obviously, we put a bit of a mix in there with a couple of different colours of resin. And obviously, the idea is we get some sort of whirly, swirly stuff going on. So I'm sort of just turning the back side of it now, and I'm going to try and finish this side so that we can get a really good finish here, and we can flip that over and turn it on the other side. So that's the idea. So that's why I've screwed the plate in there, because that doesn't matter, because we're going to hog all of that out later on. So there it is, folks. It looks a bit messy at the moment, but I'm hoping this is going to look quite cool. But you know, only time will tell. So let's carry on. I've no idea why my voice went a bit high pitched there. I think I'm just excited. So look at this, folks. It's starting to come together, and you can start to see now we've got that really nice curve in there, which is really cool, a little bit different. And then obviously here we've got the curve coming in here as well. That looks quite nice. So I'm hoping that this is going to turn out all right. Again, it sort of continues the curve there, and it's just a little bit different, isn't it? You know, obviously there's still quite a lot of work to do on it, but you can start to sort of see now roughly what it's gonna look like. And obviously we've got the bit of the purple up here as well, and white. Now obviously the purple kind of looks black. Doesn't really look purple, so maybe I should have not put so much dye in there. Obviously we use the illuminite dye. But I think I've just put too much in it. But that's all right. I mean, you know, black and white still looks pretty cool. I like that. So we just gotta see what it looks like when we finish it. So I'm gonna carry on sort of just smoothing this out. Obviously, all this has got to come out yet. And then we've got to shape this up, but we'll do that on the other side. And then obviously this is our main concern here, is getting this finished. But I'm liking this, and this walnut is going to look beautiful. Really, really does come up nice. So yeah, hope you're liking it, folks. Let's carry on. And if you're liking this one so far, folks, please, if you could, smash that like button. It really does make a difference. Leave me a comment below, because I always read them. Might not reply to everyone, but I read them. Trust me. And please check out all my links below. There's loads of different places that you can follow me, including the Maker Central / how-to app. Come and join me. Oh, folks, check this one out. So far, so good. I've made a little room there for my little emblem that I'm going to put in there. And these are really cool emblems. I'll just show you these, because I know loads and loads of people ask me about these. And I get these from Von Hank. I'll leave a link below. And we do them also on our members shop. And Von Hank, or Hankin, sorry, he's basically given 10% off if you want one of these made up, and he can make so many different like medals and emblems. They're so cool. So yeah, check out the link below, and you know, I say you can either just go straight to direct to him if you want, or if you're a member of Maker Central, which is now How To, then you'll get 10% off. I thought I'd just mention that. So that will go in there. That'll look jubbly bubbly, really, really nice when that's all shined up. Now we've got a little bit of an issue. It's only a small one. We've got like a bit of a hole here. There's 3 little dots there. I'll get those sanded out. That's not a problem. But there's a little hole there and a little one there. Now I could fill that in with a little bit of resin. So I could just put it up there, put a little bit of resin in there. Could do that. That probably is, I don't know, the simplest way of doing it. You probably wouldn't even notice. Knock up a little bit of purple, pop it in there, and Bob's your uncle. Maybe. But I think I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something different. So bear with me. Let's hope I don't mess this right up. But I've got a little idea for this and this. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Some people are probably saying, but why, Nick? But what I would say is, why not? So I've just added these little 2 brass pieces into this. I mean, it's just a different way of kind of covering up, you know, a bit of a flaw within the piece. And I think that kind of adds to the design, you know. And the good thing about it is that, you know, somebody will have this piece at some point, maybe 100 years time, and they might look at it and go, I wonder why. I wonder why there's 2 odd brass pieces in this bowl. And that, my friends, will be the question on everyone's minds. What was that person thinking when he put these in there? What purpose does it have? Food for thought. Right, so now I've put a couple of coats of sanding sealer on this, and what I'm going to use now is I'm going to use the old trusted Yorkshire grit. Great stuff. Again, we have this in the shop as well if you want to try it out. It is pretty neat, and if you're a member, you get loads of discount off stuff. Yummy. If you've made it this far and still watching, thank you for sticking with me. I hope you liked this one, folks. And if you did, as always, please could you hit the like button and maybe leave me a comment. And if you're feeling extra generous, maybe you could just share the video with your friends and family. I think it turned out pretty cool. I do like it, actually. And I think it's given me some ideas as to making something similar in the future. Don't forget, folks, Maker Central is back on this year at the NEC in Birmingham. Loads of people coming to this show. Please check out the links below where you can see what's happening, what's going on, and who's coming. Grab yourself a ticket, and don't forget, if you're a member of Maker Central, which is actually now called How To, then you'll get 20% off your tickets. Get in early, skip all the queues, and we've worked on some absolutely amazing deals with some of the exhibitors there, like Ooze Nest, Lumberjack Tools, Merca UK, and just recently an exclusive deal for all you lucky members out there. We've teamed up with Osmo to give out around about £3,000 worth of Osmo products to you at the show. Just head on over to my stand at the Maker Central show. All you need to do is prove that you're an active member to collect your goodies. But there's loads of stuff like that going on at the show, folks, and it's not just for members. There's some really fantastic things happening at Maker Central this year, so you don't have to be a member to get the extra benefits, but if you want the extra benefits, then why not become a member? I'll leave links below so you can check out all the benefits of becoming a How To member, and obviously that brings me on to the app as well. And I know that a lot of you have been really patient with us on the app, and I keep saying it's coming out and it doesn't, and I really do apologise. I know that you've got the Maker Central app now at the App Store anyway, but there are a few glitches with it and a few things we want to change. So it is coming out. I'm really sorry, but these things, they take so long and they're made up of so much different code and things, and you fix one thing, it breaks another, and it's just quite tricky to get everything perfect. And I want it to be perfect before we send out the next update, is basically the reason why we keep having so many delays. So please bear with us. You've been extremely patient, and I know some people are still posting content on the Maker Central app, and thank you for those of you that are doing that. I'll leave a link below again if you're not on the Maker Central app, which again will be How To. It sounds all confusing, but it's not. I have a video coming out once the app comes out. I have a full video just about the whole thing about Maker Central, How To, why we've changed it, why we've developed what we've developed. Just so that for those of you that are interested can kind of get an update of what we're doing. But I'm really excited because obviously it's a great show that we've made and created for you folks, and it's a great app that we've created. I think it's really good, and I'm hoping it will help all of you in the future. But don't you worry, we'll be making some big noise when it does come out. So thanks again for watching, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. Love to you all. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you for the next one.